Hi, welcome to Ramesh Soft Video Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we will talk about control statements in Java. So in Java, we have three types of control statements are there. Selection statements, looping statements, transfer statements. So by using control statements, we can control the order of execution in a Java program. That is, Java control statements controls the order of execution in a Java program based on data values and based on conditional logic. Now, in this video, we will talk about selection statements. So, as a part of selection statements, we have if and if else and else if ladder and switch. Right. Now, let's go with the first one, if. Right. Now, see here. Now, let's go with first one, if statement. If statement. Whenever, if you want to check the condition, if you want to check the condition, then we can go for if. That is, by using Java if statement, we can test the condition, and based on that condition, we can execute a piece of code. Right. Now, see the syntax, how to define this if statement. Now, see the syntax, if is a keyword, and here always we need to specify the condition. So this is some statements and close it, and these are normal statements. Right. Now see here, for if always the condition should be either true or false. That is, for if always the condition should be boolean. If this condition is true, then this if block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. If this condition is false, then this if block is not going to be executed, only these normal statements are going to be executed. Right. And so if is a fixed keyword, to convey is the if condition, if statement, and the condition for if a condition always should be what? Boolean, that is either true or false. If the condition is true, then this if block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. If the condition is false, then if block is not going to be executed, only this normal statements are going to be executed. And when it comes to this open and close curly braces, for if it is optional, it is not mandatory. So in if without curly braces, we can take only one statement that should be of executable statement. So only executable statements are what? If we try to use declarative statements, we will get a compile time error. We will see in the example, right? So let me write one example on this if. Now let me take one, let me create one package. Now I'm doing right click, create one package, new package, com.ramesoft.automation.java. Click on OK. Now create one class, new class. I am creating if test. Now just observe here what I am doing. Let me write the main method. Now I am writing main method. Now see here what I am doing. Just observe here. Now I want to check one condition. I am taking int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Now see here, if a is equal to b, so 10 is equal to 20 is true or false? False. Then this is what? If block, and these are normal statements. Normal statements. Now see here. So if the condition is true, if this condition is true, then if block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. If this condition is false, then if block is not going to be executed, only normal statements are going to be executed. Now say, let me run it. Now see here, 10 is equal to 20. True or false? False, right? Then of course, if block is not going to be executed, only normal statements are going to be executed. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Just on the screen. So what output we are going to get? Normal statements. Now see here. What output I am getting? Normal statements. Suppose if I make a less than or equal to b. Now the condition is true or false? now the condition is true, now this if condition is true, now this if block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. Now see here, run as Java application. Now see here, if block is followed by what? Normal statements. So in the interview, in the exam, in the written test, they'll ask you in this way. Always for the if condition should be always what? Boolean. Now if you write to other than Boolean, now here we'll get what? Compile time error. Now see here, A is equal to B means what we are doing? We are assigning B value to the what? A. So the final resultant is what? Primitive or not? That's why see here what is the compile time error I am getting? Type mismatch cannot convert from int to Boolean. That means for if condition always should be what? Boolean type. If we are specifying other than that, we will get what? Compile time error, right? Now, so let me make this one as a this equal to. Now it is true or false? Now it is valid. Now this curly braces are mandatory or optional? This for if this open curly braces are optional. So without curly braces we can have only one statement. That too, that should be of type what? Executable statement but not declarative statement. Now see here, let me remove this if. Now see here what I am doing. Now see here, now this if will be there as a part of, sorry, this system.out.println of if block will be there as a part of this if, this will be the what? Normal statement. Now if you run, see here, comfortable, it will work, no problem at all. Now see here, yes, normal statement is going to be execute. Now without curly braces, we can take how many statements? Only one statement. Now see here, I am taking one more statement. Is there any problem? No problem at all. This first semicolon will be there as a part of what? If block. These two statements will be there as a part of what? Normal statements. Now if I run this program, what is the output I am going to get? If block followed by normal statements, because this semicolon now is there as a part of what? If block. This is two statements will be there as a part of what? If block. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here what is the output I am getting? What is the output I am getting? If block followed by normal statements. And without curly braces, yes, semicolon is a valid executable statement. That's fine, no problem at all. Now if we take declarative statements, now I am taking C is equal to 90. See here what happens? We are getting what? Compile time error. That means declarative statements we should not take without curly braces. Without curly braces, declarative statements are not allowed. Only what statements are allowed? Executable statements are allowed, right? Yes, good. Now this is what about what? If. Next one. So if else statement number second one. Now when do we go for if else statement? Whenever you want to check the condition that either based, if it is true then execute this one, else execute this piece of code. When you have such kind of requirement, then go for what? If else. Now see the syntax, how to define it, how to use it. Now how to define if else? See here, see the syntax. If condition and then some statements, close it, and else some statements and close it, right? Now this one we can call it as a what? If block. This one we can call it as a if block, and this one we can call it as a what? This one we can call as a else block. Now this normal statements we can call as a what? Normal statements. Okay, normal statements. Now see here, if is a fixed keyword to convey if condition, and condition should be always what here? Boolean. That can be either true or false. If we are specifying other than that, we will get compile time error. Now if the condition is true, then if block is going to be executed and then followed by normal statements. If the condition is false, then else block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. And same like if condition, if curly braces is optional, right? In the same way, for if else also curly braces are optional. Without curly braces, we can take only one statement. Without curly braces, we can take only one statement. that should be of type executable statements, but not declarative statements. If we try to take declarative statements, we will get compile time error. Let me show it on the screen, one example on this one, on this. Now see here what I am taking. Now let me take one class. Now I am taking new, I am taking class. Now I am taking if else test. Now see here what I am doing. Now let me take the main method. Now I am taking int a is equal to 90, b is equal to 100, right? Now see here what I am doing, I am checking the condition. I want to test the condition. Now I am doing a less than or equal to b or not. If it is, now I am doing if block, some dummy statements I am writing. Else I am writing, this is what block? Else block. Now I am writing some normal statements. SYSO of out of if else. I am writing some statements, some practice, some statements I am writing. Now see here. Now can you tell me? Now here, see here. Here A is having what is the value? 90. B is having what is the value? 100. 90 less than or equal to 100. True or false? Yes, it is true. Now this condition is what? True. If the condition is true, what happens? If block is going to be executed followed by normal statements. Now let me run it. Right click, run as Java application. Now see here what is output I am getting. See here, if block and then followed by what? Normal statements, that is out of else and practice, right? Now see here. Now just observe here. Now let me make wantedly, I am making this one as a false. Now see here. Now this condition is going to be what? True or false? False. If the condition is false, then if block is not going to be executed, else block is going to be executed followed by normal statements, right? Let me run this program. See here, else block and then followed by normal statements. Now is it happening or not? Yes, else block followed by normal statements. Yes. Now can you tell me inside this can I take any declarative statements? Yes, you can take it, no problem at all, because this is here we are having what? Curly braces or not? Yes. If inside if and if else, if we have curly braces, we can take declarative statements, we can take executable statements and any statement, no problem at all. But if we don't have curly braces, then only we should not take what? Declarative statements. Yes or no? Yes, no problem at all. Now, so as you know that without curly braces, for if and if else, curly braces is mandatory or optional? Optional. Without curly braces, we can take only what? One statement, only one statement that should be of type executable statement, right? Now see here what I am doing. Let me remove it. Now I am removing this one, right? Now see here, I am not taking this one. Let's remove it. Now remove it. Now remove it. Now are you observing? See here what I am doing. So now see here. Sorry. Now see here. Now this statement is there as a part of what? If. Means without curly braces we can take one statement that should be of what? Executable statement. Perfectly valid. Only one I am taking. Valid. No problem at all. Now else I am taking one. This first one is become the what? Part of else. This normal is become what? The other as a part of normal statements, right? Now see here, if I am trying to take one more SYSO statement here, I am going to get what now? Compile time error. That is without curly braces, we can take only one statement that should be of type what? Executable. If we try to take more than one statement, even though it is executable type, we are getting what? Compile time error. So here what I want to let you know is, for if and if else, curly braces are optional. Without curly braces, we can take only one statement that should be of type what? Executable statement. Now see here, if I am giving here, if I give semicolon here, what happens? Now see here I am getting what? Compile time error. I said every semicolon is a what? A valid executable statement in Java. So this semicolon will be there as a part of what? If, but without curly braces we can take only one statement or not? Yes, so here I am taking how many statements? One as well as what? 2. That's why I am getting what? Compile time error, right? Yes. And now I'm taking int c is equal to 9000. Well done, well. Perfectly, it is invalid because here what statement here I'm declaring it, right? Now just observe here. Now what I'm doing, just observe here. Now in the interview they'll ask the question in this way. Now see here. Now I'm taking b is equal to 1000. Well done, well. Perfectly, it is valid because this is not a declarative. It is what? Executable statement, right? Yes. Now, so suppose I am writing open curly braces. Can we have any number of statements or only one? Any number of statements including declarative and executable statements. No problem at all, right? Yes. Now see here, between if and else, if you are writing any statements, yes. Now see here, if block, it is perfectly valid, no problem at all. But between this if and else, if we take any statements, we will get what? Compile time error, because between if and else no statements are allowed. If we try to take, we will get what? Compile time error, right? So this is about what? If else. And remember, always in if and if else, condition should be boolean. If you try to take other than that boolean, we will get what? Compile time error, right? Yes. Now this is about if else. Now one more is there, else if ladder, right? Else if ladder. So don't use else if ladder in the real time. This is a worst kind of programming practice using what? Else if ladder. So I highly suggest don't use else if ladder in the real time. Instead of using else if ladder in the real time, use what? Switch. Now whenever you want to execute the statement based on multiple conditions, then go for what? Else if ladder. That is using else if ladder, we can execute one condition from what? Multiple statements. Now see here, see the syntax. Let me declare it. Now I am declaring the else if ladder. If condition and then some statements, close it. Else if I am writing some condition, close it, and some statements, close it, and else if and write some condition, and then now I'm writing some statements and any number of else if you want, and then at the end I'm writing else, right? Yes. Now this is else if ladder, right? So don't use else if ladder. It's all time waste to discuss, but still just I'm explaining, right? Now see here, let me write the else if ladder on sample program. Now select this package, new class, I'm taking else if ladder test. Now see here what I'm doing. Now let me take a main method. Now see here what I'm taking. Now let me take, I'm taking int a is equal to 90, b is equal to 80, c is equal to 100. Some dummy statements I'm taking, boss, right? Now I'm taking if a is equal to b, SYSO of if block, else if, now I'm taking else if, now a greater than or is equal to b. Dummy statements I'm taking. I'm not at all interested to talk about this one, but still I'm talking. Don't use this one, okay? Else if, now I'm writing a greater than or is equal to c. Now I'm writing SYSO of else if 2. Now I'm writing some dummy statements, boss. I'm writing SYSO of else block, else statement, right? Now see here, let me run this program. See here what happens. 90 is equal to 80 now? No, false. If false means will come here. Now 90 greater than or equal to 80? Yes, true. Which one is going to be executed? Else if one. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here, what is output I'm getting? Else if one or not? So by using else if ladder, we can check what? We can execute one condition out of multiple statements. But using this else if ladder is going to be create maintenance problems, and length of the code is going to be increased, and a lot of issues are there. So don't use else if ladder. I highly suggest, I highly recommend when you want to execute a specific condition, then go for what? Else if ladder. So the same alternative for this else if ladder is switch. Can you people tell me, by using else if ladder we can execute how many statements? Only one statement, right? But by using switch case, based on our requirements, we can execute a single statement, and if you want we can execute what? All multiple statements as well. How we can execute all those things we'll see on the screen now, right? Now the fourth one is switch. So whenever you want to execute a statement, one statement or multiple statements, multiple conditions, then go for what? Switch. When you want to execute the conditions, when you want to execute the statements based on choice based, then go for what? Switch. So by using switch, if you want, we can execute what? A single condition, and if you want, even we can execute multiple conditions. That mechanism is called fall through inside switch mechanism, right? Now see here. Now how to define the switch? Now see here. Now see the syntax. Switch. Now condition. So in if and in if else and else if and else if ladder, condition is what? Always boolean. But in only switch, condition should not be what? Boolean. Condition type as boolean is not allowed in switch. And in if else and else if ladder, curly braces are optional, right? Yes. But in switch, curly braces are mandatory, because by using switch we need to specify what? Multiple conditions. That's why curly braces are mandatory in what? Switch. Otherwise we will get compile time error. Now as switch condition, for switch we can pass primitives like byte to short into long, and float to double we should not pass it, we will get compile time error. Only byte to short and long allowed. And from 1.5 version onwards, their corresponding wrapper class also allowed, and string is also allowed, and enum type is also allowed as a switch condition. Now see the syntax. Now I am taking case name colon some statements, and then write a break. Now in the same way we can define what? Multiple cases. Now see here what I am doing. Multiple cases. Now here we are going to have one more called default. Some statements. Now so let me explain one by one. Now switch is a keyword. To convey it is a switch condition, right? So for switch condition we can specify byte short into long and their corresponding classes, and enum and string type also. And if you are specifying other than that, we will get compile time error. For if else and else if ladder, condition should be what? Boolean type, otherwise we will get compile time error. When it comes to switch, Boolean condition should not allow. That is, as a condition, if you try to specify Boolean, we will get a compile time error. It means if you try to specify Boolean, we will get what? Compile time error. Because if you specify Boolean value here, I can specify how many cases here? Only 2 cases. Because Boolean contains how many values? Either true or false, right? That's why Java is restricted to specify what? Boolean as a condition for what? Switch. Right. Now, so in Java, in switch case, curly braces are mandatory. For switch, it is what? Mandatory. But when it comes to if, else, if, while, do, while, for loop, curly braces are what? Optional. But in switch case, curly braces are mandatory. Next one. This case is a fixed keyword. To convey it is the case. And this case name. So every case must and should contain some name. That name we can represent with this condition type. If I specify here condition type int, so this case names also should be of type what? Int. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. Next one. If I specify the condition type as a string, compulsory this case names also should be of type string. And duplicate case names are not allowed. If you try to specify duplicate case names, we will get compile time error. And this colon indicates still continuation. Semicolon indicates end. Now these are the statements and this is a what? Break. So always your cases are going to be executed. Always your cases are going to be executed based on condition type, right? Yes. Now, what is a break? Break is a fixed keyword to break the execution and to come out from the where switch. Now we'll see in the example. Default. Whenever the case is matched, whenever the case is not matched, always the default case is going to be executed. So if you want, you can take this default not only here, anywhere you can take it, but convention sake they will take what at the end. If you want, we can take it here itself, no problem at all. We can take anywhere, right? Yes. Now let's see, we'll implement one example on this switch so that we'll get the clarity. So we'll see all those things, how we implement those things in where Selenium. Okay, now what is abstracts, interfaces, how we can implement those things in Selenium, inner classes, inner interfaces, regular expressions, collection frameworks, including Java 1.8, 1.9 features also we'll see in Selenium. We'll connect those things into what? Selenium. There we'll see the real-time beauty. Okay, yes. Now let me implement a sample program using switch. Let me create one class, new class. Now I'm taking switch demo. Now see here what I'm doing. Just observe the things what I'm doing. Now let me take main method. Now I'm defining string some name is equal to, I'm writing string some name is equal to Ramesh Soft. Now just observe here. Now see here what I'm doing. Now let me write the switch. Now I'm specifying the condition type as a what? String. String is allowed or not? Yes, string is allowed. Now, so without cases, can we have a switch? Yes, no problem at all. Now see here, am I getting any issues? No issues. Now let me take a case. Always my case name should be based on what? Condition type. What is my condition type? My condition type is of type what? String. So my case names also should be of type what? String. So I am writing my case name as a course. Now this is of type what? String or not? Yes, it is valid. Now I am breaking SYSO off. Now I am writing job with Selenium in real time. Right? Job with Selenium in real time. Now I said duplicate case names are not allowed, right? Yes. Now see here, if I try to make duplicate case, what happens? Now I am taking course. Now see here, I am getting compile time error or not? Yes. Now see the screen. See here what I am getting. See here, compile time error was duplicate case. Duplicate cases are not allowed. If you try to specify duplicate case, we'll get what? Compile time error. Now here I am writing online class, online classes. Now, so I said, let me write here, always we need to write break based on requirement. Now we'll see without break what happens, with break what happens. Now, so always our case name should be based on what? Our condition type. Let me take, I am taking 1. Now valid or invalid? Perfectly, it is invalid because my condition type is of type what? String. Yes or no? Yes, valid because this two case of type string. But here my case name is of type what? Integer, right? That's why I'm getting what? Compile time error. See here, type mismatch cannot convert from where? Into string. Boss, your condition type is what? String. So case names also should be what? String, because based on this condition type value only, based on this condition value only, your cases are going to be executed. That's why case names should always based on what? Condition type. Now I'm taking Ramesh Soft. Now I'm taking Ramesh Soft. Now I'm writing welcome to Ramesh Soft. Right. Now write what? Break. Now one more is, what is that? Default. Now I'm writing SYSO of, what is that? Default case. Right. Now if you want, we can write break or not required. Right. Now see here. So where is my switch loop is ended? Here my switch is started. Here it is what? Ended. Now out of switch I am writing some statements. I am writing something called dummy statements out of switch and some statements I am writing out of office today. Something. right? Now see here. So what is my condition type? String. What is the value it is having? Ramesh Soft. Now it is going to check is there any case with Ramesh Soft? Is there any case? Yes sir. Now this case is going to be executed. And what is the statement I am having here? Break. Break means what? Simply it comes, it will take you what? Out of this switch, and out of switch whatever the statements is there are going to be executed. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here, welcome to Ramesh Soft, and out of switch and out of office today, right? Now, so our cases, our conditions are going to be executed based on condition value. What is my condition value? Ramesh Soft. Now it's going to check is there any case with Ramesh Soft? Yes sir, this case is matching. Now this case, this statements inside this case, inside this case, whatever the statements are there, that statements are going to be executed. And then what is the statement I'm having? Break. Break means what? Simply it comes out of the where? Out of this what? Switch. And then these statements are going to be executed. It means break is a keyword to come out from the where? Switch. Based on our condition, we can write what? Break. Right? Yes. Now see here. So if we don't write to break, what happens? Right? Now see here. So let me change this value as a course. Now see here, which case is matching? This case is matching or not? Yes. Now what is the output I am going to get it? This case is going to be executed. And then what is the statement I am having? Break. Break means what? Simply it comes out of the where? Switch, and then these normal statements are going to be executed. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here, job with Selenium in real time, and then what? Out of switch and out of office today, right? Yes. Now let me remove this break. Now see here what happens. Just see the things. So which case is matching here? This case, right? Now this case is going to be executed. Is there a break statement? No. If a break statement is not there, it will execute what? Next case as well. What is the next case? Online classes. And here break is there or not? Yes sir. It will simply takes you out of where? Switch. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here. So first which case is match? This case is match. So this case is executing. And then is there a break? No. Next case is also going to be executed. Now this case is executing, and then what is the statement I am having here? Break. Break means what? Simply it comes out of the switch, right? Suppose if I don't have break here. Now what happens? Again course case will be executed, online class case will be executed, Ramesh Soft case also is going to be executed, and then what is the statement I am having? Break. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. See the screen now. Are you observing, right? So first case, second case, third case, and here it is break there. Now it is coming out of the switch and executing what? Normal statement. Suppose if I don't have this break also, what happens now? Again the default case is going to be executed, right? Yes. Now see here. So default case is executing or not? Yes. Suppose I'm not having break here. Now what happens? Yes. Again default case is going to be default case is going to be executed. After executing this default case, again it will go back to first. No, right? See here, no, it won't go back. Right click, run as Java application. Just see the screen now. Yes, are you seeing, right? Default case is the last or not? Yes, right? Now so default case convention to take what? Last. If you want, we can take it what? Anywhere. And have you observed, by using switcher, if we have break, we can execute how many statements? If we have break, we can execute how many statements? We can execute only what? One statement. Now see here, if I write here course, now how many statements I can execute it? Which case is matching? This course case. Now I can execute what? Only this course case, because I am having what? Break. Whenever JVM encounters this break, simply it will take you outside what? Switch, right? Right click, run as Java application. Yes. Now see here, yes or no? Only one case I am executing. If I don't have this break, what happens? Now I am not having here break. What happens? Yes, what happens? I am not having break, right? Now see here what happens? See here. So from this case onwards, all the cases will be executed or not? Yes, right? Until it finds break or until till the what? Last case. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Yes, now are you seeing right? Yes sir. This mechanism is called what? Fall through inside switch mechanism. How can we implement fall through inside switch mechanism in Java? If we don't have break statement inside the switch cases, then we can implement what? Fall through inside switch mechanism. That is from where the case is matched, from that case onwards, all the cases are going to be executed till the end or until it finds what? Break. This mechanism is called what? Fall through inside switch mechanisms. That is here in this what I want to conclude is what I want to let you know is by using switch we can execute single case by making break statement. By using switch we can execute multiple statements by using what is the mechanism? Fall through inside switch mechanism, right? Now these are about what? Selection statements in Java. So thanks for watching the video. Have a good day. Thank you so much boss.